first musical performing group is the Blair Academy Singers under the direction of Catherine Hilton. The first piece they will share with you is a unique contemporary arrangement of the traditional hymn, Amazing Grace. This piece will feature vocal soloist Shannon Davis, a junior, senior Will on the piano, and junior Sun Park on the cello. Their second piece is a favorite from the contemporary Broadway musical, Rent. This piece encourages that we don't take life for granted, but instead, that we be grateful for each moment we're given. The singer's performance of this piece will feature two vocal soloists, sophomore Terry Hunt and Dan Kim. Please welcome the Blair Academy Singers. Singers is our main folk ensemble at Blair. Along with our instrumental ensembles, the Blair Orchestra and Jazz Band, the group meets during the academic day and rehearses 4 times a week. The music ensemble gives many performances on campus each year, beginning with convocation at the opening of school, Blair on Stage, followed by our fall concert in November, Christmas Vespers in December, Grandparents' Day in April, and a spring concert in May.
In addition to performing on campus, our music ensembles tour off campus to a variety of areas. In the past several years, the groups have performed in Bethlehem, PA for a holiday concert at Steel Stacks in the old Bethlehem Steel Factory, at Riverside Church in New York City, at the Kimmel Center in Philadelphia, and they have an upcoming performance at the Rutherford House, a historic museum in Newton, New Jersey this December. The orchestra and singers have given large performance tours as well, most recently a 7-day trip to California last spring break. With stops in San Francisco, Los Angeles, and San Diego, the ensembles performed for parents, alums, and members of the public. The 2 groups also had the good fortune to visit Chapman University, a private liberal arts university located in Orange, California. The school is known across the country for its astounding program in film, theater performance, and music education. While at the university, both groups had the unique opportunity to work with several professors who teach at the school in a series of workshops. After the morning workshops, the afternoon included a guided tour of the gorgeous oceanfront campus, which was simply breathtaking. The groups even had the chance to sneak in a brief trip to the beach, which is only located about 10 minutes away from Chapman itself. While in California, members of singers and orchestra also got to take a chilling tour of the infamous Alcatraz Island, as well as a memorable visit to the amusement park we all know and love, Disneyland. Needless to say, California was absolute fun for all of us, filled with great music, awesome food, and of course, wonderful people. The grand finale of the trip was a performance on the deck of the naval aircraft carrier, the USS Midway, which is now docked in San Diego's harbor. Please check out the website for more information about the ensembles and this year's performance schedule. Next up is the Blair Jazz Band under the direction of Jennifer Picado. Tonight they will perform Duke Ellington's famous tune, Don't Get Around Much Anymore. Solos will be performed by Ming Jia Yang on soprano saxophone, Dan Kim on clarinet, and Matt Kolodzik on piano.
Blair Academy Players, under the direction of Mr. Clark Evans, will perform an excerpt from Wonder of the World by David Lindsay-Abaire.
The road signs go by so fast, don't they? 463. My whole life is 463 road signs behind me. Don't you just love the smell of the bus?
Don't talk to me, I'm pretending to be asleep.
That's called playing possum. My husband used to do that to avoid sex. 464. But I can spot a faker. And you're a little faker. Do you want to strike up a conversation?
No, leave me alone.
My name's Cass, and I just left my husband for very mysterious reasons.
I don't care. Stop talking to me.
I've never been to Niagara Falls before. I almost went once, a family trip, but then Kip proposed, so I stayed behind to plan the wedding. My parents went without me. They hit a beaver on the way up and drove into a ditch. My mother was killed and my father's legs were crushed. Okay, your turn to share.
Somewhere else?
You're a challenge, aren't you? Well, you know what? I'm your challenger. Remember when the Challenger exploded? That was sad.
That man saved your life, you know. If he hadn't proposed, you would have been in that car wreck.
You know, I thought the same thing for a long time, but now I think if he hadn't proposed, I would have gone on with my parents and be like, "That's enough for the beaver!" And my mother would still be alive. And maybe we would have gone on to see Niagara Falls, and I would have met a man. The one I was supposed to be with. Instead of the two-faced deviant I married. Oops. I lost track of road signs. Oh well. That was getting tiresome anyway. You want to play punch buggy? You on something? I'm just excited at all the things I'm going to do. Does this count as a conversation? Because if it does, I want to check it off my list.
Check it off.
I had this list of things I wanted to do in life, but for some reason I put it away when I married Kip. P.S. Big mistake. Here it is. Number 48. Strike up a conversation with a stranger. I've never done that before. My mother was always like, "Don't talk to strangers, Cass. Don't talk to strangers." So I never did. And you know what? Now I have no friends.
Hey, you got asterisk?
No, why? You want it?
Yeah, there's nothing like a good asterisk.
I'll read you some of my list while you eat. Number 1 is find your soulmate. Ignore the check mark. That one's a do-over. Number 2 is learn Swedish, followed by wear a large wig, drive cross country. You know, I haven't driven in 7 years. Kip was always afraid I'd bang up his Volvo.
What's in this fast?
Travel.
Damn, it's tasty.
Then we have a baby, wear overalls, go parachuting. I wanted to get married while skydiving. Kip said that was insane, so we had a church service instead. Our wedding song was Close to You by the Carpenters.
She was anorexic.
Yeah, sad. Eat medicine, become friends with a clown. Kip was afraid of clowns, so visit a prison and witness an execution by lethal injection. That one's more of a long-term goal. Go on the Newlywed Game.
Oh, I love that show!
Me too! Only Kip refused to audition. He found the show stressed and divisive.
Is that why you left it?
On some level, yes. Along with a few other things.
What other things?
I'd rather not say at the moment. I'm afraid it'll shock you. But I did add it to my list. Number 267. Tell someone about Kip's horrifying betrayal.
I was abandoned.
Wow. Like the Lindbergh baby.
The Lindbergh baby was kidnapped, not abandoned.
Or so the authorities would have us believe.
You're weird.
Who abandoned you?
My husband. I came home to an empty house with a note that said I was a bad person because I drank too much and crashed cars.
Hey! I almost left a note! But then my husband came home for lunch.
Well, that's a good Poor Lois, bobbing up and down at the bottom of the falls, surrounded by bits and pieces of smashed pickle barrel.
It's a pickle barrel?
Ted loves pickles. It'll add power to it all.
It's funny, isn't it? I'm starting my new life and you're ending yours.
That's funny to you?
Well, not so much funny as, hey, do you want to be my sidekick?
You really need to learn how to segue.
Look, number 81, find a sidekick. You can be my Gabby Hayes.
I'm gonna kill myself.
But until then,
I have a lot I want to accomplish.
I'm not taking no for an answer. From here on out, you're my second banana. Look, Gabby, there's a sign. Niagara Falls, 346 miles. Yeehaw!
The Blair Academy Players are presenting Wonder of the World by Pulitzer Prize winner David Lindsay Abair on October 25th, 26th, and 27th at 7:30 in the Dubai Theater of the Armstrong-Hipkins Center of the Arts. Tickets are $10 for adults and $5 for students. The show is general admission and recommended for mature audiences. This wacky comedy centers on Cass, played by senior Claire Ryder, who discovers a dirty little secret in her husband Kit's, portrayed by senior Hayden Gill, sweater drawer. She flees to the honeymoon capital of the world in search of a life she thinks she missed out on. On her escape, it's a wild ride over Niagara Falls in a barrel of laughs as Cass embarks on a journey of self-discovery that has her crossing paths with Blithy's suicidal alcoholic, played by Maddie Michaud, a lonely tourboat captain, portrayed by sophomore Sean Callahan, a pair of bickering private detectives, played by seniors Nikki Thompson and Zachary Gershman, and a strange caper involving a gargantuan jar of peanut butter, all which pushes her perilously close to the water's edge. Filling out the cast are sophomore Sadie Baxter, Taylor Hunt, senior Megan Marr, Edward Turback, and junior Abby Troy. The show is student-directed by senior Manny Kling.
To give you an idea of Blair's theater program, we put on 5 productions a year, ranging from comedic musicals to courtroom dramas. Apart from Wonder of the World, this year's future productions include A Night of One Acts, set to be performed in the Wien Theater, as well as the energetic and colorful musical Seussical, which of course is based on the famous works by Dr. Seuss himself. In the spring, Blair will also present Our Town by Thornton Wilder and finish out the year with Homer's epic classic, The Odyssey. So please feel free to check the website for the upcoming dates of these productions. We guarantee you a fabulous night of theater. Finally, the Blair Orchestra will perform 2 pieces, In the Hall of the Mountain King by Edward Grieg, featuring Elizabeth Sexton on bassoon and Tae On oboe, and Farandole from Les Arts La Sienne, Suite No. 2 by George Bizet.
Thank you.